Once upon a time, in a dense forest, there stood a majestic old banyan tree. A pair of toucans, Mr. Toucan and Mrs. Toucan, had built their nest on one of the sturdy branches of this tree. However, within the hollow of the same tree lived a cunning monkey. Every year, during the nesting season, Mrs. Toucan would lay eggs in their cozy nest. But whenever the toucans left to gather food, the monkey would seize the opportunity to climb up and devour the eggs. Upon their return, the toucans would find only the empty eggshells, leaving them heartbroken. The sun was setting, painting the sky with hues of orange and pink. Mr. and Mrs. Toucan, after a day of foraging, were returning to their nest.
I hope our eggs are safe today. I can't bear the thought of losing them again.
Don't worry, dear. I'm sure this time everything will be fine.
As they approached their nest, their eyes widened in horror. The monkey was right there, gobbling up their eggs. Mrs. Toucan screamed and said, "No, not again." The monkey, having had his fill, leisurely climbed down the tree, leaving the toucans devastated. Mr. Toucan watched all this and said angrily,
So we found our enemy at last, but don't worry, dear. We'll find a way to stop him. I've got an idea. We'll move our nest to the very top of the tree. The monkey won't dare to come up there because our friend, the eagle, always patrols the skies. The monkey is terrified of the eagle.
Mrs. Toucan nodded in agreement. They immediately started building a new nest on the highest branch of the banyan tree. The next season, Mrs. Toucan laid her eggs in the new nest. The monkey, after noticing that the lower nest was empty, became curious and started thinking,
Where have those toucans gone? They couldn't have left this tree. They still linger around here.
He soon realized that they had moved to the top of the tree. Determined, the monkey decided to explore the new nest. The next day, with great effort, he climbed to the highest branch. To his delight, he found the eggs had already hatched, and tiny toucan chicks were chirping. Without hesitation, the monkey devoured them all. When the toucans returned in the evening, they were met with a heartbreaking sight. The nest was empty, save for a few small feathers, and after watching all this, Mrs. Toucan got heartbroken and started weeping and murmured,
Our poor babies. We've lost them again.
This is unbearable, but we cannot give up. Running away from trouble won't help. We must confront it. I think it's time to seek the help of our friend, the fox.
The next morning, Mr. Toucan visited the clever fox and explained everything. The fox, after listening to the tale, smiled cunningly. Fox said, "Don't worry, my friend. I have a plan." The following day, the fox's plan was set into motion. Near the banyan tree was a beautiful lake surrounded by blooming flowers. Every Tuesday, the princess of the kingdom would come to this lake to bathe. The fox had observed this routine for weeks. As the princess was bathing, Mr. Toucan flew down, cawing loudly to attract attention. He then grabbed the princess's precious necklace, which was studded with 9 jewels, and began flying away slowly. Princess shouted,
"Stop that toucan, he's taken my necklace."
The guards rushed after the toucan, who flew towards the banyan tree, leading them right to the hollow where the monkey lived. The toucan dropped the necklace into the hollow. Princess has 2 guards, and first one pointing towards tree said, "Look." The necklace fell into that hollow. Second guard said, "There's something inside. It's a monkey." One of the guards thrust his spear into the hollow, injuring the monkey, who fell out and was immediately captured by the guards. First guard said, "It's a thief. Let's deal with it." The guards took care of the monkey, and the forest was rid of its menace. With the monkey gone, peace returned to the banyan tree. The toucans rebuilt their nest, and soon enough, new eggs were laid. This time, no one disturbed them.
Our babies are safe now, thanks to you and our clever friend, the fox.
Yes, and we've learned an important lesson. With courage and good friends, we can overcome any challenge.
Moral of this story: One should face their problems with courage and seek help from friends when in need.